Sheila Gunn-Reid for Rebel News, and I'm bringing you an emergency update to the case of Chris Scott. Now, Chris Scott is the owner of the Whistle Stop Cafe. He's the small town diner owner who reopened his restaurant in defiance of the lockdown back in January. Chris was arrested for contempt of court on Saturday night after the police obtained a secret restraining order against him and Glenn Carrott of United We Roll and unnamed Jane and John Doe, so that's the rest of us, to prevent us from organizing, attending, or even promoting a protest, which is what the government calls an illegal public gathering. I should tell you that the province did not include Chris and Glenn's lawyer, Chad Williamson, in the process at all, even though the government knows that they are both represented by Williamson. Now, Chris held a 1,500 person strong protest at his restaurant in the small town of Mirror, Alberta, population 500. And all this is after the government sent the RCMP to chain up his restaurant, gas station, convenience store, and campground, cutting off the small town of Mirror from the only gas station and convenience store they have within about 20 kilometers. Chris has been in custody in Red Deer since Saturday night. As I'm filming this, it's Monday at approximately 5:30 in the afternoon. And I just got an update from Chris's lawyer, Chad Williamson. Take a listen.
Forgive me for the brevity here. We're in the middle of ardent and furious preparations for the procedural hearing, and this very serious that has been scheduled at the Court of Queen's Bench tomorrow in respect of the order upon which the incarceration of our client, Chris Scott, is founded. We are extremely concerned about the manner in which this order was brought about, ex parte, which means that as counsel, we were completely excluded by AHS when they obtained this order, despite our numerous and sustained communications with them and widespread media publicity that we represent Chris and the Whistle Stop. This case represents a fundamental breach of the principles of justice by the government, which has unilaterally and unlawfully trampled the rights of our clients. Notwithstanding any statutory provisions, AHS had an absolute duty of disclosure and good faith to notify counsel of their application and to notify the court that Chris and the Whistle Stop had a lawyer. While the court may permit moving parties to seek an order on an ex parte basis, such applications are still intrinsically bound by the guiding fundamental principles of justice established by the courts. Chris is still being held by the RCMP, pending our application tomorrow to set aside this order, which we take the strongest of positions was granted in breach of the duty of the government to put counsel on notice. This order is drafted in such a manner that it could quite literally affect every Albertan indiscriminately, preventing anyone from engaging in political protest whatsoever. I know that we eat bananas in this republic, but we don't grow them. We'll be fighting for Chris and fighting for the rights of people across this province early tomorrow morning, and obviously our office will continue to provide updates as soon as we're able.
Now, from the very beginning, Rebel News has been covering Chris Scott's legal fees through our civil liberties efforts at fightthefines.com. The government has limitless resources and an entire Justice Department to fight this small town restaurant owner as he refuses to go broke. And now they've taken away his liberty. If you can help us help Chris, please donate today at fightthefines.com. And all of your donations there go directly to the Democracy Fund, a registered Canadian charity engaged in the defense of civil liberties for all of us. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid. Chris Scott has been held in jail since Saturday. His crime? Holding a protest against the lockdown after the province of Alberta got a restraining order to prevent him from holding an illegal public gathering, which is basically a peaceful protest. If you can help us help Chris by helping to offset his legal fees, please go to fightthefines.com and donate today. All donations there go directly to the Democracy Fund, a registered Canadian charity, which means your donations there qualify for a charitable tax receipt. Again, that website, fightthefines.com.